Welcome to Scars to Stars, where conversations and personal stories let us know we are not alone. In this show, you will meet authors and speakers from our books and events as they share vulnerable personal stories to spread hope and inspire you through adversities in your own life. The world is a difficult place. You will find like-minded people here with kind hearts and supportive souls. I am your host, Dina Brown Mitchell. I am a suicide survivor and the founder of the Realize Foundation. I am so glad you are here. Let's dig into this meaningful conversation. Hi everyone, it's Dina at the Realize Foundation, and I have a special guest for you today. Her name is Irina Baker. I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. So Irina is the founder of the Radiant Connections Network, the professional network with spiritual depth for women entrepreneurs who want to create success where the divine leads and business serves. After more than 30 years on a profound inner journey and decade as an entrepreneur, Irina brings a rare blend of grounded business insight and deep spiritual mastery. She teaches women how to integrate intuition with strategy, make aligned decisions, and build purpose-driven businesses without force, hustle, or burnout. Irina is known for translating complex spiritual principles into clear, practical guidance that elevates both personal leadership and business performance. Welcome, Irina. So glad to have you here.
Thank you, Dina. I'm so excited to be here. And it's actually an interesting topic we're going to talk about today. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, I am too. So I think what I want to ask you first is if you were born in the former Soviet Union and
Right.
eventually moved to America. So can you tell us what drove that move and what you discovered when life didn't feel better right away?
Right, because we're talking about scars to stars. So let's see about that. I was born, like you said, in the Soviet Union, which doesn't even exist anymore. Mm-hmm. And from the very, even early childhood, at least as long as I remember myself, I did not like that place. I just did not like it. And Dina, I have lost you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I took myself out so I could get video of only you because that makes it better for clips. So I'll edit this part out and we'll start.
I'm so sorry. You should have told, because it's immediately I'm like, what?
It's okay. I usually tell people and I forgot, so that's my fault. So I'll edit this and we'll keep going.
So I'll be talking to myself then. Okay.
I'm here. I can still see you and hear you.
I know. Yeah. All right.
Okay. I mean, I can not do that if you don't want me to, but it's going to be way easier for you to get clips of yourself talking.
No, I'd rather be with you.
Okay, then I won't do that.
If that's okay with you. I mean, you're the host. You need to be there. So it's not only about me. It's for both of us.
I understand. I just usually do that because people want video of themselves so they can have clips, or we want an audiogram of just you, because when I put it in Instagram with both of us, it looks really weird. So
really?
Yeah. Anyway, it's okay.
Okay, let's do one then. I'll talk to myself.
I'll let you talk this time and then I won't do it again, I promise. And I need to just edit the last minute or so. I just want to make
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Do you want me to start over with the question or not?
Yeah, with the question, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just write this down. Edit 2 to 3 minutes or so. Okay, let's try that again. So here we go. So Irina, you were born in the former Soviet Union and eventually moved to America. Can you tell us what drove that move and what you discovered when life didn't feel better right away?
Right, because everybody, I believe, in the whole world wants to come to America, right? At least many people. Now, I won't speak for everybody, but at least some people, many people. And I didn't know about America at that time, didn't think about it, but I did not like the reality I lived in. I didn't like in my city, it was high crime. There were no goods. It was not a good life for me. I did not like it. And since my early years, I just wanted to leave that place. And so it did happen. When you set your intention, you actually make it happen. And I did. And so I immigrated to America in 1995. And I thought at that time, truly believed that if I moved on the other side of the earth from Soviet Union, life will be perfect because everything was to blame the Soviet Union, of course. And when I came here, and that's been a long flight and a long place, I mean, a long time to come here. And when I came here, I realized and I've learned that I became even more miserable. So I left a place where I was miserable and I came to a place which I thought I would be all fine and all my life will change, but it didn't. It actually got worse. And I had to do something and I didn't know what to do. And since we have this topic on people, people sometimes commit suicide or want to commit a suicide. So I will talk about that a little bit. So I didn't really want to do that myself. I deep inside, I had something that would prevent me from doing it. And I will later on share why. But there was a thought that I would be thinking a little bit like a fleeting thought. I didn't want to go back to Soviet Union. I didn't want to stay in America. So I wanted to be on a plane, be above Bermuda Triangle, and the plane would crash. That's how miserable I was with that thought. But luckily, I did not act on that thought. I didn't go on a plane, didn't fly above Bermuda Triangle, and actually found a different way. So do you want me to continue with the story?
Sure, if you want
So
to.
that was 1995, and I had a profound spiritual awakening, which I had no clue about anything spiritual before. Religion was prohibited and spirituality didn't even exist, at least in my reality there. And so here I had a mystical experience where I had a conversation with the spirit world. Actually, I believe it was the divine inside of me. So I had that conversation and I said, why everything is so bad in my life? And the answer was, it's all inside, the good and the ugly. Now it's common knowledge. It seems like everybody knows it. But at that time, imagine 1995, I just came from the place where I had no clue about any of it. And here I am having this mystical experience out of the blue and talking to somebody, and I get the answers. And the answer said, everything is inside of you, the good and the ugly. And so I was practical and I said, if that's the case, I'm going within and I'm going to change whatever it is inside of me. And that's how my spiritual path started, of 30 years. So I've been on a journey for 30 years. So the teaching point here I want to share from my experience is, no matter where you go, no matter what you do outside of yourself, it won't change your problem, it won't fix your problem, and it won't make your life better. I came from from the other side of the earth, thinking my life was going to be much better. And actually, it got worse. I got more miserable. Maybe outside it looked better, but inside I was miserable. I was going through hell. I was so deeply in the darkness, and that's where people find themselves, and that's what they want to later on to fix it. But you cannot fix it by outside means. It's all inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. It is. The things around us do not fix our problem in our brain. We have to really work on it in a different way. And I know you talk about a different way than what I usually talk about. So the other question that I want to ask you is, you've been very open about having deep spiritual experiences that shaped your life. And how did those experiences help you navigate the suffering and hopelessness?
Well, what I want to say here is I want to talk about a past life. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Some people don't believe, but it doesn't matter because it's what it is. And I have proven to myself and with my clients that, yes, there are past lives. So what I've learned when I started my spiritual path, when I got awakening, I started uncovering my past lives. And one of them, actually, I realized or I've learned that there are two major past lives. And I've been myself master hypnotherapist as well. So I've been specializing long before in past life regressions. But what I've learned was there are two major past lives that affected my life now. So I came into this lifetime with specific spiritual purpose, as we all do. And my specific purpose was one of them. There are others. To fix these two lives, I had to go through experiences, similar experiences, not exactly the same story because the decorations are different, but the feelings are the same. And so one of these past lives, so one of them, in one past life, I was a woman, and that's what I'm going to talk about. In the other one, I was a man. So right now, I will focus on the woman. Why? Because that woman, due to circumstances, poisoned herself. I committed suicide. I actually killed myself. It was the 16th century, as I know from my recall. And that was so basically, I took my life by drinking poison. I guess that was, well, we know in history that usually was the case. So in this lifetime, I had to go through similar experiences and I had to choose a different way. And that's why I said that when I came to America and I started feeling very bad inside, I started feeling miserable. That something inside of me was very set that I will not do something stupid, as I would say, right? But instead, I would find another way. And I did. And so later on, and I didn't know that at that time. Later on, I've learned it and I said, oh my gosh, that's why I was going through those experiences. That's why I was so miserable, because I needed to find a new way. So it was one of my spiritual purposes to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you get it done? You go inside and again, you change what made you miserable.
Yeah. So for someone who's feeling stuck or lost or overwhelmed today, what would you say to them? What perspectives can help them find a way forward?
Well, I might be speaking, like you mentioned, maybe different in a different language that usually people speak, but I want to be honest and direct here because of my experiences. In 1997, I had a training done, and that training was actually it was an interesting training because I was learning spirit releasement therapy. The releasement is not the word, but it's the name. That's what the training was, spirit releasement therapy. And we were learning how to deal with earthbound spirits. And earthbound spirits are the ones who don't have the body. They already departed from the physical, but they didn't go to the light where we're supposed to go after death. And so they got stuck in the astral world and commonly known as ghosts. And I usually didn't care about ghosts per se. I'm not the person who go to haunted houses and all that. I don't care about it. However, because I had that training and then later on I've been working with a lot of clients and I started discovering one thing, interesting thing, that a lot of clients would be we would unexpectedly, by doing other things, we were doing the healing, the regressions and so forth, and during that time earthbound spirits would step forward and talk, and we would talk. I would talk to them. I would do the work with them, and I would help release them into the light.
Mm-hmm.
And what surprised me the most, people were not surprised. how you're not surprised, right? You suddenly were talking about earthbound spirits, but they were not surprised. So it was over and over many clients like this. I mean, I've done it since 97, for many years. And why I'm saying this? Because when somebody wants to take their life, I would say the first question to ask yourself, is it really me who wants to do it? Or it's somebody else that is speaking through me or to me? Because it could be that it is earthbound spirit who wants you to do it, either because they want company or they're stuck in their trauma and they're just affecting you this way. And I know many stories. In fact, recently I was helping one person with that. I don't do it officially anymore, but this is the knowledge and expertise I have. And so the person wants to take life, but it's actually somebody else is telling this person to take that life. So that would be the first thing to look into, and maybe find a specialist to help with earthbound spirits, because there are people who are trained in it and they will help you to get rid of them. So that's one point. The second point I want to make, the body is actually, that would be the third point. Let me make the second point as past lives. So again, why do you think you're so miserable? Usually people want to get rid of this life because they're miserable, because something is bothering, something is hard, they're very dark in the mind, they feel alone, maybe not supported, not loved, and so forth. Well, just know that in the next life or in some life, you might come back, or you will come back for sure. That's non-negotiable. But you will have to go through the same experience and do it all over again. And I usually say, what do you prefer? This right now, take care of it, or later on go through again all of that? Like, I know on my personal experience, I had to go through my difficult life, through my difficult experiences, because of my past experiences, past creations. And so I'm glad that I've done it here, because I could escape and do it again and do it again and do it again. I'm telling you, there is no escape. There is no escape from your inner pain. You have to deal with it. And when you go out there, you might be stuck in astral world. Sorry, I don't mean to scare anybody, but I just want to really draw a point in a target, that it's better to right now stop and look at it and say, hey, there is a way. There is a way to deal with it. There is a way, because there's so much help around. And these are the points to consider. So one is the earthbound spirits. The second one is past lives. Think about past lives. Maybe you can go to a regressionist and look at past lives. Why you are in this pain? So that's the second one. And the third one I wanted to mention, it took me many years. And by the way, what I'm talking about, it took me 30 years. 30 years nonstop spiritual growth, spiritual training, and spiritual inner work. And so what I've discovered, surprise, the body is the biggest wealth. The biggest wealth. It's not the money. It's not anything outside. It's the body. Because guess what? We stay in line. We literally stay in line. Souls stay in line to get the body, because we have to wait for the body to originate, to be born, right? Not the soul will be assigned before the body is born, but the body is our responsibility. When you incarnated as soul, you took responsibility, and the responsibility is the body. So instead of getting rid of the body, you have to find a way to accept the body. Because what is committing suicide? It's getting rid of all the body. And that's what I very successfully have done in one of my past lives. But that was stupid of me. And I don't name anybody. I'm naming myself. I was stupid, because here I am. had to go through experiences and learn and choose different way. And so I've learned that the body that we have is the place where you start with your healings. You heal it, you change it, you release all the issues inside. And because the body has to serve us, not be our enemy, if that makes sense to you.
Hi there, it's Dina. If you like our podcast and you're enjoying learning about other people's stories of overcoming adversity, please go over to therealizefoundation.org and support us by donating. We believe that conversations, community, and personal story can change lives and reduce suicide ideation. And we also have a way, if you have a business, you can support us without money out of your pocket. So go on over to realizefoundation.org and look at the donate page, and you can learn how to support us as a business, and also you can donate any amount. Thank you so much. It does make sense. It's interesting because I've never looked at it that way or learned about this. So I appreciate you sharing your story. You did mention that sometimes the pain we feel has deeper roots. Can you tell us what you mean by that?
Right. The pain we feel has always deeper roots. Why? Because it comes from our past creations, past experiences. Because remember, well, maybe you don't remember, most likely you don't remember, but we've been incarnating for thousands of years. So there could be 100 times, 100 incarnations, or maybe 1,000 incarnations, depending on the age of your soul. And so imagine every lifetime we create, even in our sleep. And every lifetime we bring our baggage with us, so our karma continues. And this karma follows us from lifetime to another. So you think that you let's say you're in pain because nobody loves you. Well, guess what? It's not in this lifetime. It could be in 700 lifetimes before, and it originated there and it continued because every issue that you have created, and believe me, we all created them ourselves. People blame God, people blame divine, people blame, you name it, angels. No, it's only us. We create. And so once we create, and we create darkness, we create a lot of darkness. And so that darkness follows us. And so any pain that you have originated in you, in your psyche. And when it's there, that's why I said, I would go within and change what's there. And it's true. I confirmed it to myself and to my clients for 30 years that yes, when you change inside, life outside changes, because I look at it as the matrix. We live in the matrix. The movie was right, not specifically how they portrayed it, but the idea of it was not far-fetched. The idea actually is real because the matrix is our creation. It's our mental creation. And so when we change inside, when we look at that pain, face it, and release it, the matrix changes. And so that's why the root is always within, not outside. And the root is not even in the childhood. People, and I've had a lot of regressions with childhood as well. I mean, I've done it all again. I've been doing it for many years, but it's not even there. The childhood already, we come into this life equipped with full trunk of the baggage that we carry. We literally, not literally, but spiritually, literally, we carry this bag with us, or a suitcase, or big suitcase. In fact, when I came from Soviet Union, and I remember that time, it was 27th of July, 1995. I celebrate this day. I love America. I'm a patriot, so I celebrate it. And I came with 2 huge black bags because I had to bring something, I thought. Well, guess what? 2 huge, big bags. They were almost my height, that big, because immigration, we were allowed at that time. It was a long time ago, right? And then I looked back when I became aware of spiritual stuff. I said, oh my gosh, They were the bags full of issues. I came to America, and what did I drag on my shoulders? My bags full of issues. And those issues didn't even come from Soviet Union. They came from long time ago, past lives. And I've proven it many times over. And so that's why I say every pain has deep roots.
So when you're talking about when someone feels like they're at the end of their strength, and where can they turn for help? Are you talking about turning inside is what you're talking about, right? Or is there something different?
Well, actually, I'm talking about different ways, and I could name those ways.
Okay.
Because there is a practical, I use spirituality as very practical. For me, I don't want just knowledge about some angels flying in the sky or talking to Pleiadians. It's all very nice, but how does it help me be here and have a good life, right? And so there are human ways and there are also spiritual ways. So let me start with, human ways. Well, I'm sure you address it all the time, right? So there is help. You're not alone. You can ask your friend. You can talk to Dina, right? Or make comments on the podcast episodes or whatever you do. You're not alone. That's one thing. And yes, you have to ask for help. However, there is another one. There is a spiritual side of things. And what that means is, think about it. You think that you're all by yourself in this physical reality, but there is much bigger reality than that. If you don't remember, well, it's not anybody's fault, because electricity, nobody can see, but we know it exists. Gravity, we can see, but we know it exists. So why not to think about that spirit world exists? And so angels, guardian angel, ascended masters, divine, I call divine as God, umbrella, however you call your trusted source. Mm-hmm. They're all real. They're all there. And here is an interesting secret I want to share, and it will help everybody who will follow this. Here is the big reveal. I'm so excited about it. You have your own group of angels assigned directly for you to help you. So if you're sitting there walling in your misery, I've done that. I don't judge anybody. But remember, they're sitting next to you. They're actually above you or around you, and they are looking at you saying, hey, we're here. You just don't see us, but we're helping you. Just ask for that help. Ask and you shall receive is there for a reason, because we were given free will. Everybody heard of free will, right, Dina? You know about free will. Free will, you can take your body, you can take your life, or you can save your life. And you can do it on your own, or you can ask divine. What's better? Well, I'm asking divine, no matter what. Because when you ask, you shall receive. If you don't ask, well, it's on your own, because it's your free will. It's not because of God. It's not because of somebody doesn't want to help you, because you didn't ask. So the big reveal is about angels. It's a group of angels. They're for you directly. When you incarnate, you have a group of angels, and they're your personal angels. You know why? Because when you fulfill your mission, not in this lifetime, there are many lifetimes to do it, but when you complete your pilgrimage on earth, guess what happens? You'll be supervising somebody else. And who do you think that somebody else will be? Those angels. Because right now they're waiting. They're saying, I don't want to incarnate right now. It's too hard. The life here is too hard. So they're waiting, and they're helping you. But when you're done, you'll be helping them. Is that interesting or what?
It is interesting.
Yeah. And so that's why when you're in heavy mood or heavy place, or you all yourself, ask divine, ask your angels, whoever you believe in. It doesn't matter what I say. What matters is what there is somebody in your culture, right, in your belief system, that you believe in a high power. So ask. and you will receive. However, how do you receive? I usually tell my clients, there is no banner with big helicopter. There's no helicopter with big banners saying, "Hey, we're here to help you. This is the help," right? I wish, but it doesn't work this way. Unfortunately, it doesn't. So how does it work? Divine sends help through humans. If somebody listens to us right now and you happen to hear this is a message for you. Pay attention. Because it's always divine setup, it's always divine timing. So if you're hearing this message, then it's for you. And that's how divine works, through humans. Dina is on her mission. When we met, Dina was so excited. She started telling me all this. And I'm like, Dina, you're very passionate about the subject of prevention. She said, yes, I'm very passionate. I know, I saw it, right? So how many humans like Dina, wonderful humans who are helping and they're there for you, and Dina's podcast is for you to listen and to pay attention and know that you're not alone. And so that's the spiritual help in my books. It's not even just human, because divine works through you, Dina. Divine gave you this idea. I truly believe it. Divine gave you this idea, brilliant idea, to start a podcast about this topic. And then people show up to give you support in that, because you're not alone. We're all helping. So look, so nobody's alone.
Yeah. I know it's a feeling like all the other feelings. And sometimes it just feels really real. I've been there. And you sometimes feel like nobody cares or understands, and that you're all on your own. And that is the worst part of it. So, and some people think they can't speak up or ask for help for whatever reason. And there's always people that are willing to talk about it. And I really believe conversations can save lives.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to offer one more way. Actually, I have many ways, but whatever time permits. So this way is, when we are in this darkness, this is all about me, 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 me. Have you noticed that, right? It's all, I am alone. I don't belong. Me, me, me. So what if you will turn around and you will find somebody who needs help? And you will start focusing on that person, because I'm sure you have knowledge. And I say you, whoever is listening, for whoever that message is for, you have the knowledge of something. You have the maybe education of something. You have some skills, whatever that is, because you're in perfect position to help whoever that person who needs your help. Because if you switch, I do believe in switching. Again, it's on you. It's under your control. You can stay and wallow in egotistic way. Oh, it's me, me, me. Yes, I know, believe me, it's very addictive energy. We want to stay there. We want to be me, me, me. Yes. But if you turn around and you bring goodness to somebody, and for the moment you forget about your problem because you're helping somebody else, believe me, that will switch the energy. That will start that different, very different vibrational frequency. And that will be your step out of your personal misery, because now you're helping somebody else.
That's true. I'm thinking that might be the question about what final message would you give to someone who's listening today and feels like there is no hope. I feel like that's kind of what you were explaining, but did you have anything to add to that?
Oh, I always have something to add. Well, first of all, you have to, not you again, whoever is listening, we all have to find our spiritual purpose. And you know what helps also? It helped me a lot myself, because I always speak from experience. if you remember this point, that you are bigger than what you think you are right now. You're much bigger. You just don't remember that. And you have a purpose, and it's for the divine. It's not even for you. Divine has a purpose for you, and only you can fulfill that purpose, nobody else. And so if you remember that, while you have even last breath, one breath, if you're breathing, that means you're still useful here on the earth. Because if it's your time to go, you will go, but not on your terms, but on divine terms. You will go by divine terms. Some people go because it's their contract and they need to go, and things happen. But you just have to know that there is much bigger purpose for you than what you think. When I was 14 years old, and remember what we said at the beginning, I was born and raised in the Soviet Union. God did not exist. Literally, God did not exist. We were taught, first of all, religion was prohibited, but God did not exist. I was literally learning that even at the university. So I came here. We were atheists, not by conviction, but by blood, because we were born into God does not exist. Yeah, I was baptized secretly, but secretly, because we couldn't show it, right? My mom believed and she baptized me, but I couldn't speak about it. It was taboo. You cannot even say anything. Yeah. And so here I am talking about divine, right? Because divine helped me. Because divine helped me be here, not going on Bermuda Triangle place above it and crash on a plane. And so we have a purpose, and that purpose needs to be found. So back to 14 years old, as I started telling the story, I was 14 and I got the book, Life After Death, I think it was called. Life After Death by Dr. Moody. Have you heard, Dina? Dr. Moody? Mm-hmm. Well, I've read it. It was in Russian. I don't know how on earth I got it, but I was jumping around the house, hugging the book. My whole body was responding, trembling. I was so excited because the book was not talking about God. The book was talking about life after death, that we are immortal, we do not die. And so at that time, because it was the answer to my question. And my question was, that doesn't make sense to me. We're born, we go to school, we get the profession, we work our butts off, then we have kids, we raise kids, and then we retire and die. What's the purpose? What's the meaning in it? I didn't believe that having kids is the meaning. People think this way. Well, yeah, because something is continuing, but for what? What's the bigger purpose for that? Mm-hmm. People don't even ask, because I haven't asked before that, before 14. Why do I live? What's the meaning of it? Once you find your meaning, things change. I used to have my student debts, right? I went to university. I went through 4 universities. I have 3 master's degrees. So I had a lot of student debt. And so I used to say, well, if I'm not afraid to die. I'll die, and then I don't need to pay my student debts. Easy solution, right? I am responsible here. I paid them off. But now, because I found my meaning, I found my spiritual purpose, I say, heck no, I'm not dying. If I'm driving and somebody's speeding and trying to push me, and I'm like, nope, I'm not. I'm careful because I'm not going to die. Why? Because I have spiritual purpose. Not because I'm raising kids. Yeah, I do. I have my child. But because I have a spiritual purpose. Mm-hmm. And that spiritual purpose is bigger than anything else. And I have to be here and fulfill that purpose, then I can go. And when it's time to go, I will be shown the way, it will be easy, and I will leave. So that's my perspective.
Got it. It's. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that I agree with. I am a Christian. I think most people who listen to this know that, but that it's a unknown area for me. So it's something I need to explore more.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
So
Well, that's why you have me here, right? That's why I
yeah,
showed up
exactly.
unexpectedly.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
thank you for being here and sharing your story. And I would love for you to tell people who might want to connect with you or learn more about your work. Where can they find you?
Well, I also a podcaster. I'm a fellow podcaster, so I would like to invite you to my podcast, and it's called Radiant exclamation point, where the divine leads business. Podcast Radiant, where the divine leads business. As simple as that. And it's for women entrepreneurs who want to bring together spirituality and business. So we explore divine guidance, we explore how we listen to our inner compass, the intuition, and how we make decisions to be in business, not in hustle and force, but actually with divine alignment,
Mm-hmm.
and where we follow the divine and then we serve to the divine through our business.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I was excited to meet you and learn more. And I hope our audience will really enjoy learning about this if they don't already know. And if they are already know, they probably want to connect with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dina. It was fun topic. I mean, I know it's not that fun for some people who are in need of help, but I'm fascinated because I'm always fascinated because of that spiritual perspective and spiritual practical knowledge that I can help somebody with that knowledge bring it back into the physical to make your life easier. So it made my life easier, and that's why I'm so excited.
I'm so happy you joined us for this conversation. My wish is that you found comfort and hope in your own unique situation. If you resonated with our message, please head over to therealizefoundation.org, where you can apply to write your own story in one of our books. You can also download our 60 Ideas for Self-Care on the resources page. I can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, you are not alone, you are worthy, and you are enough.